The world was about to find out what happens when an entire nation is swept by madness.
So folks, I have to ask, are you having fun with Battlefield 6? If so, let me know in the comments. We got some salt, folks. You know what? I think the whole woke stuff, I would call that woke salt, and then Charlie Kirk salt. I don't know if this is a fanboy, but you know what? I'm not gonna judge yet. Let's see what this guy have to say.
So Battlefield 6 is officially released, and the game is a massive failure, just like I knew it would be.
What?
You might be thinking, damn, Young, you should be a little bit more excited than that. You sound kind of nonchalant about the whole thing. I mean, you called it years ago that this game would flop, this game was going to fail. But you have to see, man, you have to understand, as someone that is always right, as someone that is always spinning facts, and
Okay, he is probably gonna provide evidence, but just in case, take a look at this. If he is thinking that Battlefield 6 is a failure, look at this one. 2 days ago, at the time of this upload, 747,000, okay? If Battlefield 6 was a failure, what kind of number is this? I don't think it's a failure. I mean, what about you guys? Do you think it's a failure, according to what this guy said?
I'm used to this. I'm used to being right all the time. So it comes as no shock to me whatsoever when I'm indeed right. Again, I mean, Battlefield has always been a completely boring and irrelevant franchise. I mean, if you look up the sales for the previous games, they never sold well. I mean, it was always the underdog shooter. It was aiming to be the underdog shooter series.
Okay, I can give him props for that because, for starters, they're trying to follow COD methods, but eventually they learn from their mistake. They learn, and now they have Battlefield 6. It's not like Call of Duty, okay?
Not because it wanted to, but because it had to. I mean, no one took Battlefield seriously. It was always living in Call of Duty's shadow, which is why every time a Battlefield game was released or getting ready to release, its whole marketing strategy, the whole campaign was, let's diss Call of Duty. We're going to be the real FPS game. Don't play Call of Duty, play Battlefield. The real shooter fans play Battlefield. The
So
real
you're a
men
COD
play
fanboy?
Battlefield.
Are you?
You know, Call of Duty sucks, so on and so forth, and they would pay YouTubers and streamers and influencers to pretend like they were having the time of their lives on Battlefield, ultimately for people to play it for a weekend at best and then never touch it again. You know, as soon as those checks cleared, those same YouTubers that were, you know, oh my godding and God, this is amazing, the best experience of my life, all those streamers that would act like that would go right back to playing Call of Duty.
Hey, first off, only COD streamers are going to do that, just so you know. But just remember, like I said before, see this? Currently, it is about less than 469,000. I hope you have numbers to back it up, comrade.
I mean, it's been like this for years, and Battlefield 6 is no different. People will play this garbage over the weekend and then forget about it come Monday. It happens every single time, and it has to, you know, it begs the question. It's like, how stupid can people be, especially modern day gamers? It's like, you guys have been stuck in the same loop for years. Like, you Battlefield fans, you see it happen every single time. It's like, you sit here and you pretend like we're not buying Call of Duty, we're going to be on Battlefield, and then every Battlefield game dies in less than a week.
Really, comrade? What is this? You said it's going to die? What is this? Normally, if the game would die, meaning, yeah, let me show you what. There is one game, Hyperlight Breaker. That game got shut down. Look at that. 5 people.
Who cares about Battlefield, dude? It's all artificial hype. That's all it's ever been, is artificial hype. It's not a cult classic. It's not a game that is taken seriously by anybody other than idiots. That's it. I mean, just, the game is a massive disaster. I mean, tons of bugs and glitches. Multiplayer is literally unplayable.
Tell me something, folks. If there were bugs and glitches, again, what is this, comrade? To all my viewers who are watching this, have you encountered any bugs and glitches? I can list any video examples in the pinned comment from creators such as Klutz King and who else? Oh yeah, Hypnotic. So far, there's no bugs and glitches. I watched their video, okay? No bugs, no glitches.
It is just filled to the brim with nonsense and garbage, terrible gameplay, terrible gunplay. nothing works. You can't even play the game. The campaign is abysmal. I mean, it's one of the worst campaigns. Now, people don't come to shooters expecting a good, well-written, deep, compelling campaign, but still, for them to put this out, why even put a campaign in the game? Just make it multiplayer.
Not necessarily. Look, some people prefer single player, some people prefer multiplayer, okay? Battlefield has both single player and multiplayer. It's the reason why you see all those maps, okay? I mean, why would you justify a map without even using single player? Look, single player, you can use it. Well, even though you're mostly focusing on multiplayer, that single player can at least explain the city history or the enemies you're fighting, you know, the sort. Look at Call of Duty. They used to have good single player. That makes sense. My guy, it's not failing yet. You're judging it too harshly, or in this case, too early.
Everything about this game is just a failure. Server issues, tons of just weird things happening left and right with this game. I mean, it's just abysmal, and there is no excuse for that. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, your game had to actually work. Now they just have day one patches. Now they have updates. You install this, install that. What happened to making the game work from the jump? And you stupid gamers, you good for nothing gamers that don't stand for anything, that are basically just welcome mats that are walked all over, stomped on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is something I take offense. First off, tell me something. I don't exactly remember they released day one patch. Look, I'm going to showcase every video examples, and all of you tell me, is it look like it's bugging or glitching? If the game Battlefield 6 is reporting bugs and glitches, then this review should have been mixed, but it's not. Look at Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. When that game launched, it was mixed, okay? It started overwhelmingly negative because of the performance issue.
You know, dragged on. People drag their muddy boots all over your face. You don't get it. And you never will. And it's quite sad when you think about it, man. I mean, what are you doing with your lives? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? You're failures. Not only in the gaming space, but in life in general. You're failures. And it's so sad to see.
Really? You think everyone here is a failure? What about you, numbnuts? How about you judge your own before you judge others, comrade? I haven't exactly played Battlefield 6, and I have a good feeling that his take is BS. Assuming you're watching this, remember, no one is immune to criticism.
People are not going to wake up at this point. You know, at this point, too much damage has been done to their brains. I mean, these people are stuck in an infinite loop, and you just have to feel bad for them. Because for people to still be buying Battlefield games in 2025 is just crazy to me. All of this, again, marketing against Call of Duty. We're not buying Call of Duty this year. Call of Duty's dead. Call of Duty will literally outsell Battlefield 6 easily.
Wow, I thought so. He says Call of Duty will outsell Battlefield 6, which, first off, I have mixed feelings on that, but guess what? Can Call of Duty beat this one? Think about that. It's numbers, folks. I will keep on bringing this up. Can Call of Duty beat it?
Duty is the king of FPS games. And that is a fact, not an opinion. Whether you, want to sit there and put your head in the sand and la, I'm not listening, that doesn't matter. Facts don't lie, and facts don't care about your feelings. You people need to understand.
What about the player count, genius?
Battlefield will never be that guy. Battlefield will never be that game. I mean, it's always going to be a boring and irrelevant Call of Duty clone that only losers play. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that. I don't care how much you hate Call of Duty. I don't care how much you want to, suck off Battlefield. That will not change the facts.
So you're a Call of Duty shills, huh?
And hell, with this Battlefield 6, they're copying even more things from Call of Duty. How are you copying the very thing that you're hating on? What sense does that make?
Genius, I think you're forgetting one thing. The difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and I do mean the current one, Call of Duty is trying to be like Fortnite. Battlefield is now steering clear away from it. This is for the casual, okay? The only thing that Call of Duty is trying to do is cater to the streamers such as Tim the Tatman, Face Swag, and I'm probably certain you yourself is a shill similar to them.
Me, I'm copied all the time by the same losers that talk trash about me. The channel sucks, but they've stolen everything from the channel. You know, I'm this and I'm that, but they only got their start because of me. So it's like, I think it's just jealousy. It's always been jealousy when it comes to Battlefield. Battlefield is jealous of Call of Duty sales. It's jealous of the status that Call of Duty has. I mean, everyone knows about Call of Duty. Your great aunt that you know is missing a eye or whatever, and you know just sits back in her rocking chair. She knows what Call of Duty is.
What is that noise behind him? Tell me all of you heard that. So I have to say, as of this moment, Battlefield 6 is under, in this case, is currently 468,000 players currently playing. And the only thing Battlefield 6 is trying to, or in this case Battlefield fans, they're trying to fight against 2 new enemies. Make that 3. Cheaters, the Charlie Kirk situation, and there's also the shields, Call of Duty shields, like the one I'm showing you. The game it's been 48 hours, okay? By the time of this upload, it's already 48 hours since Battlefield 6 was launched, and they still got players, okay? You know what? Hey, hang on a sec, let me just refresh the SteamDB, the one I'm looking right now. Whoa! It just shot up to 500! Yes, 508,000, okay? See? It's still going. I'm probably certain by the time of this upload, it will change, okay? Tell me something. If Battlefield 6 is a failure, a massive failure, how come there is about 500,000 people still playing it? Ask yourself that. Before you even say a game is failing, why don't you check the player count first, genius? You may say what you want. You understand one thing? Don't try to cry victim because no one is immune to criticism. So don't you dare try to delete your video, okay? Because when you delete your video, you are as guilty as any Call of Duty shills or cheaters.
In direct violation of the Treaty of Versailles, Germany spent the 1930s rebuilding their military into a massive fighting force that Hitler planned to use in his conquest of Europe. In response, the French government poured their resources into the Maginot Line, a massive self-contained fortification that ran the entire length of their eastern border. Unfortunately, the Maginot Line turned out to be one of the greatest miscalculations of modern military history. Germany's Luftwaffe simply flew over it. France's formal surrender was finalized in just a matter of weeks.
Absolute cinema.